It's often been said that there are two certainties in life, death and taxes. If giving half your paycheck to the IRS every year wasn't bad enough, imagine being forced to get permission from the federal government just to do your job. After working over a decade as an accountant for major financial firms, Sabina Loving opened her own tax service company in Chicago's South Side. For over 3 years, she's been providing her customers, many who are low income, with an affordable alternative to larger tax preparation companies. But now her livelihood is under attack.
In 2006, I resigned from a financial service firm because at the time I was doing mortgages. In 2007, the mortgage market went kaput. So I found myself out of work consistently for like a year and a half. But at that time, I had kind of got discouraged with corporate America and said I wanted to do my own thing. So I decided to start my own business.
After Sabina Loving decided to go into business for herself, she came to the Institute for Justice's Clinic on Entrepreneurship, where she worked with skilled lawyers like Elizabeth Krager, who guided her through the city's maze of red tape.
Sabina came to us with a great idea. She wanted to set up a tax preparation business in her own community that her neighbors could really rely on year in and year out to prepare their taxes well. As she got going, she ran into some of these barriers to entrepreneurship. Both the City of Chicago actually and the IRS are talking about imposing more rules specifically on tax preparers.
Last year, the IRS imposed new licensing requirements that would affect hundreds of thousands of tax preparers across the nation. In addition to registering with the tax agency, independent tax preparers would also have to pass a competency exam, pay registration fees, and take continuing education courses each year. The new laws would affect nearly 350,000 independent tax preparers, and the cost of classes alone would mean over $354 million in additional cost.
You have to jump through hoops. The IRS regulation now is trying to say that they are trying to discourage unscrupulous tax preparers, but there are always going to be some people in any service-based industry that are going to practice unethically. This is not going to deter them from practicing, but it's going to deter my ability to hire more people. It's going to hurt my bottom line because it's more fees, it's more requirements that I have to pass every year just myself.
It requires tax preparers to take courses and to jump through all these hoops. Well, that's something that a big established company can afford, but it's well proven that regulations like that are much more burdensome on small businesses.
Will a seasonal employee pay the cost to get licensed? Probably not. Will they pay the cost of 15 continuing education hours? Probably not. So if I want to employ those people, that cost is going to be some cost that I'm going to have to absorb.
As she reviewed her business plan, she realized that complying with these rules wouldn't make her a better tax preparer, but would force her either to raise her prices beyond the means of her customers or shut down.
It's going to be contradictory of what I'm trying to do. I don't want to have to be on the same playing field with H&R Block, and that's what attracts people to me because I'm more personable. I'm here all year round, whether it's tax season or not. You know, I live in this neighborhood. I live right across the street. You know, I'm not going to disappear. They'll be able to find me after April 15th.
Who do you think these rules benefit?
The big tax companies, the people that have the money that can absorb the costs, and Jackson Hewitt and H&R Block can hire unregistered and supervise unregistered tax preparer, so they can hire people to help them prepare tax returns. Those people don't have to have registered P-10s.
But you can't do that.
I can't do that.
Now, does the IRS have power to just enact these regulations?
We'd say no. That's why the Institute for Justice is suing the IRS. They don't have unlimited power. They have only the power that Congress gives them. And Congress, even imagining that Congress has the power to put all these requirements on every single tax preparer, Congress has not told the IRS that it has the power to do that.
So should customers or the IRS determine who gets to prepare their taxes? That is the central question being asked in a federal lawsuit filed by the Institute for Justice, which seeks to overturn the IRS's unprecedented licensing scheme. Sabina Loving is the main defendant in the case and hopes that this suit will end the tax agency's unlawful power grab and restore economic liberty.
I'm hoping that this lawsuit will make the playing ground even, where they put the same regulations on the same people. If I have to do it, then I think every big tax prep company and all their employees should have to do it as well.
This is just a common way to force independent entrepreneurs to meet standards that the big businesses like to push through. It just keeps out the competition. Tax preparers have the right to go into business, offer their services to customers, and let customers know and let customers ask, have you kept up to date? Do you know the recent rules? Have you taken classes? It's not the place of the government to force tax preparers to do that kind of thing.
Being a business owner is challenging enough, and I felt like being a tax prep company, a small tax prep company, as that I'm not making the money that Jackson Hewitt anywhere near the kind of money they make. And they've been in business for a long time, but for me to be a new business, a small business, I felt like that they were just creating another barrier. It's just another roadblock. It's something that's going to make it harder for me to grow my business and be successful as a business owner. And I thought it was just totally unfair.